Welcome back to my channel. My name is Rudi. Thank you so much for being here. It's another week. It's another video. I have been doing my empties on my short form content for a while because I've been pregnant and tired. But now that we're back to long form, let's talk about my empties from the past few months, what I would and wouldn't repurchase and what I have already repurchased, including a little segment I like to call Reid's Corner, which is having my husband come in and share his skincare empties as well. I love empty videos personally. I find them to be so entertaining, and I also like seeing what people have used all the way up, specifically people like me who work in the industry and get so much stuff for free. What are we buying? What are we reusing? And what are we emptying to bits? So let's get into it. Like I said, my name is Rudi, and we talk about skincare, makeup, hair care, fragrance, body care. We kind of do old YouTube with new products. So if that sounds like something you would like, would love to have you subscribe. Okay, I don't have as much as I usually do because, like I said, I've been doing the short form empties. So I'll also link some of those shorts below so you can see like what I went through from the last empties video I had on here was last summer. So obviously I've been through a lot of stuff since last year, but I have all of it linked in my shorts. So I'll have that down below. But these are the things that I used during my second trimester. So I'm pregnant. Hello, if you're new here. I am, by the time this goes live, 29 weeks pregnant, which is crazy. Let me give you guys a bump date. I feel like I haven't given you guys a bump date because I've been sitting here, but look at it. Ah! Yeah. I feel big. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't gotten the fundal measurement yet, so I don't know. Trust me, we're just getting started. I don't know if it's big for 29 weeks, and I'm really trying not to worry about it because I'd rather have a big baby that's healthy than a premature baby. You know what I mean? So if I'm big, and you don't need to tell me. I know I'm big, but I'm just trying to enjoy the last 10 weeks of this experience. So anyways, a lot of this stuff is from my second trimester, and I've been really paring things down the past couple months because of the weather. I've got to say, like, so I live in Nashville. I've just been genuinely like depressed because of the weather. Like, I'm not depressed, but like the weather being how hot it is and how long it's been this hot has been really hard for me as a person who is really large and not as mobile as I used to be. Like, I'm having just such a hard time with getting around, like going for walks when it's this hot. So like I said, a lot of this has been pared down the house boots. So let's start with some body yaddy. Okay, so we went through 2 body washes in my second trimester. One is the Glow Getter multi-oil body wash, and this one I started using in like May. It's currently August, and I go through these so quickly. I don't know what it is about the Naturium body washes. They have almost as much as the Native, but I go through them way faster, and I think it's because they don't foam up as much as the Native body washes. Like, these are the 2 I kind of cycle through. But the Glow Getter, the reason that I pulled this one out that when I did is that I went to Palm Springs for a shoot, which I have a vlog about, and my skin was so dry when I came back that I went crazy and got sort of the thickest body butters and the best and most hydrating body products that I could find. And this was the body wash that I was using while I was repairing my skin from being out in the desert, and it works so well. Like, if you have incredibly dry skin, even eczema prone skin, which I do have on my body, this does help. It is a oil to gel formula, so it's gonna like lather but very lightly. There's not a super strong scent to it. I know some people don't like the scent. I don't mind it at all, and this collection of all of the Glow Getter products from Naturium I will consistently repurchase, which I have and we'll talk about, and I would consistently recommend to you if you have sensitive, dry skin. It's a must. But once I got my skin back on track, I started pulling in my little natives, which if you haven't noticed, I have been decluttering a lot on my channel. I've had like 5 declutter videos in the past couple months. They're all linked in my declutter playlist, but it started because when I got pregnant, I realized like, girl, you don't have the space to have all of this shit in your house anymore. You have to make room for baby products. And also I just wanted to pare down my life. So part of that was not buying every single limited edition scent from Native. I love Native. I love Native body washes. I love Native scents. They just do such a good job. Like specifically their winter and fall collections are just so freaking good. Like Sugar Cookie, I literally have one saved 24/7, 365 because I love it so much. So when their summer collection came out with the drink Yarritos, I've had these before. They're actually the drinks that we tend to get at our favorite like local Mexican restaurant. I had to grab a few and I wanted to get them all and I only got 2. So you should be so proud. And they're amazing, of course. So this is the Mandarin body wash. I think these are still available. Oh my God, it smells so good. It smells so freaking good. I can't tell you what the scent is, like what the notes are, but it's just like a light mandarin, super summery, super fresh. These last forever and my husband really likes them as well. And right now we're going through the pineapple scent. And then after that, all bets are off, okay? If we get the fall collection and it's giving, I'm gonna buy them. I think we have 2 left downstairs. We have Sugar Cookie, which I'm gonna save for winter, and like Toasted Vanilla or something. So I'm gonna see, okay, guys? I'm still in my summer game, but I'm having a hard time not buying those. Okay, speaking of the Glow Getter line, I want to talk about 2 body lotions that we went through. And I'm saying we because these will also show up in Reed's Corner because these are my body butters, but on Wednesdays, I'm having deja vu right now. On Wednesdays when my week turns over, so I go from 27 to 28 weeks, 28 to 29 weeks, Reed is the one who is in charge of lotioning me. It is his comeuppance for getting me pregnant and putting me through this experience. And it's just funny and it's just something that he does to make me feel good. So he can give a full in-depth review on what these feel like applying, but I also wanted to mention my experience with them. Starting with I think we used the Glow Getter first. So this is kind of the levels that we've gone through. So I was using the Bio Oil Body Lotion, which is really, really light. Then we used the Josie Maran Intensive Moisturizer, the Eczema Cream, which is discontinued. That's super heavy. Then we went to the Glow Getter. So this is the Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Butter, and this is again a flanker in the Glow Getter line. There's also a body lotion and there's also a body oil. So they have a lot that this line comes with. I love this lotion. In fact, I have a full container right here, but the reason that it's up here and not downstairs in the bedroom is because this is not thick enough. It is not moisturizing enough for my eczema prone skin. So this Reed really liked it because it spread really easily on my legs and my belly and he didn't have to like really rub it in. It's so, for it being a body butter, it's very lightweight. It blends in beautifully and it leaves the most insane glow to the skin, which is why I repurchased it. So unfortunately not thick enough for my legs. I was itching all through the night. I was bleeding. I was using a brush to scratch my legs like an hour after I put this on. So I knew it wasn't a repurchase in that way, but on my birthday, I used it on my chest and my décolleté and my neck, and it looked like I had an oil on, which I didn't. I hate the feeling of a body oil, like typically really don't like it. I don't like the way it gets on my clothes. So to have that look with just a body butter that's scentless, like I can spray my different perfumes on top and not worry about things not matching, that's why I repurchased it. So if you want that glowy leg, glowy arm look, definitely try this out. But if you have super dry skin like me, it's not gonna be enough. The next one that we used up was the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Body Butter. This is like one step up from this in terms of thickness. So it still blended in very beautifully to the skin. It was still very elegant and easy to use, but it was still not quite thick enough for my eczema prone skin. And mind you, this is in the thick of summer, so I don't think either of these will work for you if you have eczema on major portions of your body in the colder months. Definitely not. Gotta take a break. I liked this. I got the unscented version. This is also refillable. You can buy like those big packets and refill the Josie Maran ones, but I don't know that I'm going to because we have more to go through, which again, in this process of me decluttering, part of that is whatever I've kept, actually using it and going through it before repurchasing things. So right now we're going through the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream, which is just a classic. Works so well for me. And then I think I have a few more body butters after that. And once we go through those, I might consider repurchasing this one for the body, but we shall see. All right, 2 more body care products. And one is a repurchase for the 100th millionth time that I've talked about. This is the the Old Spice deodorant in the scent Volcano. One of the core pillars of my page is that I'm a stinky person. I've tried a lot of deodorants and I am not your natural deodorant girl. Never have been, never will be. So if you're looking for natural deodorant Rex, you're not gonna find them here. Okay, I'm using antiperspirant. Okay, I'm using aluminum. Okay, the lume is going in the pits. So this is in the scent Volcano. This is the best scent if you are a person who wants like a unisex scent for your pitters. It's just right in the middle. My husband also uses Volcano, but the Fiji scent is too like Axe body spray. I used to use the Wilderness one, but it was too feminine pulling, like it's super lavender, and I liked it, but when I found this one, I was like, oh, this one's right in the middle. It doesn't overwhelm. It doesn't create like a scent bubble or anything, and it works so well paired with my Kosas BHA AHA deodorant. I do not stink even in the hottest days when I pair those two together. So I already have a backup downstairs. We're already using it again. And the last body care product is actually a body SPF. This is from Kapari. This is their Sun Glaze Sheer Body Mist SPF 43. You can see that I have a little bit left here, but this actually expired. So I wanted to let go and let God because I can't afford right now to be sunburnt. So I wanted to include this as an empty because I used quite a bit of it before it expired. This is beautiful. I love this. Kapari has really come out as that brand that is doing sun care in a really fun and fresh way, specifically for people who want to feel a little glowy, want to feel pretty, and like, again, for the décolleté, this is something that could be used outside of being in the sun. Like, it can give you that beautiful glow without being in the sun. You know what? Let's put some on. Let's put some on. Again, this is expired, but I'm just using it for the glow at this point. It is a chemical sunscreen. It has a bit of that chemical sunscreen smell, and it also has a little bit of a scent in it. But like, you see that, right? Obviously it needs to dry down, but this is so easy to get that like super body glow. And I love that look specifically when I'm out by the pool. It's super easy. It's a continuous mist. It's SPF 43. I actually like to use this more than the body oil that they have because it's easier to apply. I know not all sprays give you an even like coverage, but I have never been sunburnt when using this, and I just love the finish. I love the glow. I mean, look at this. It is so pretty. And also, obviously, Kapari has done such a good job with their setting spray. I have it somewhere in here. I don't know where it is, but you know what I'm talking about. The Kapari setting spray for the face that gives you that glow. They've really mastered it. So I highly recommend it if you haven't tried their products and you're going on vacation or whatever. And this is a little bit oily, so I do tend to just give it a quick rub in. But for the most part, look at that. It's so pretty, and I will definitely repurchase this. Speaking of sunscreens, I went through one face sunscreen and it was time. This is the COTS Lightly Tinted Flawless Complexion. I love this sunscreen, but it is far too thick for the warm months. This is my favorite sunscreen to use when I'm really dry, really cold outside. Like, it is thick. Okay, but for being a mineral sunscreen, blends in beautifully. Like, obviously I'm speaking for my skin tone. They also have a deeply tinted shade, but it really does give you a beautiful natural glow to the skin without feeling greasy. It layers well with makeup, but it is thickums. So I wanted to go through it before I started my other SPFs, and I finished it. But now I'm using the Josie Maran SPF. Now I have too many up there, basically is what I'm saying. I have the Josie Maran SPF. I have the Elta MD, which is the one I'm using every day because it's just my favorite of all time. And then the Tower 28, the In Beauty Project. I have too many up there that I'm going through, but they're all lightweight and easy to wear in the summer. So definitely will repurchase this once we get to the fall and winter. I'm sad though, it's literally a 20% zinc oxide sunscreen. Like, it's zinc. But I'm sad because they stopped selling this at Ulta. So now you have to like get it on their website, which is kind of annoying. I might be able to get it on Amazon. I'll check. But I don't know. I miss it at Ulta. To continue with the lighter vibe that I've had with my makeup and skincare, I actually went through an entire sample size, I mean this is the full size, of the Rhodes new glazing mist. So they sent this to me early before it launched, and I love it. So I have one here and I have one downstairs because I just think it is so freaking good. It's kind of like having their glazing milk in a mist form. It's a little bit lighter than their glazing milk, but it is is so freaking nice. I knew that this was gonna be a good product when I used it and then I had to get up and go do something and come back, and my skin didn't feel dry. It felt like I had put on a toner or a moisturizer, and all I had done was use this spray. I know that they're kind of marketing it as like, you could use it for makeup and da-da-da. The way that I would use it and the way that I have used it is either first step in my skincare routine to keep my skin hydrated out of the shower and lock in some of that moisture, or I would use it to prep my skin for makeup. But if you're looking for like longevity in makeup, it's not gonna give you that. It will give you a glow, but it also is going to break down some of your makeup because it's not a setting spray. The only thing I don't like about it, I wonder if I have any sprays left, a little, is that the spray comes out like this. So instead of it coming out as like a full mist, it comes out like a circle, like that. And so the middle, the middle of the circle is dry, but the outer parts are sprayed. So you have to really kind of get all over the face to get an even coverage because the sprayer isn't that great. So that's kind of annoying and probably why I went through it so quickly, because you have to use a lot to get full coverage on the face. But when it's on, it works very, very well to hydrate the skin and give that glow. And I genuinely enjoy using it in the mornings when I start my skincare routine. Last skincare product is definitely expired and I have had it for way too long, but I did finish it. So this is the Ilia Bright Start Activating Eye Cream. It takes so damn long to finish an eye cream. Reed just finished one, but he uses so much product on his face. It's actually crazy because he has a big head, because he has a big face, because he's a big man. This is I think it's a bakuchiol based eye cream, which I tend to like those because retinol under my eyes is a little bit intense for me. Bakuchiol tends to work well for me, and it's also super hydrating. The reason that I really loved this one, besides that I actually felt like it gave me results, which is hard to say with an eye cream, is that it has a ceramic tip here. So when you apply it and you blend it in, it really does depuff and cool the skin. Sorry, I think there's a storm about to hit, so it's getting dark in here. The ceramic tip really does cool your under eyes. This is a super expensive eye cream, and I'm actually testing a new one from Dime right now that has bakuchiol, and it's a very similar vibe, and I really like that one as well, and I think it's much cheaper, so I'll let you know. But this was a great eye cream. I really enjoyed it, and I definitely think that as I get into motherhood, I am going to need an eye cream in my routine that really works, because the things are thinging. Only one hair, and I'm kind of realizing, oh, there's like quite a bit left in here. I think I'm gonna take this back downstairs. This is the DP Hue Gloss Plus, and this is the only shade of a gloss at home that has ever worked for my specific hair tone. So DP Hue, love their line. They're all based with apple cider vinegar as like the main ingredient in all of their products. And I used to use this one in the shade Copper, but I find that the Auburn one works a lot more for my darker red hair now. This is a semi-permanent hair color and deep conditioner. So basically it's like using a gloss at home without having to do all the mixing. If you remember back in the day, if you followed me for a long time, I really used to love using the Kristen S glosses, but they are quite involved. You have to like mix in the stuff and like let it sit and then put it in your hair. Like, it's a lot of stuff, and this is already pre-mixed for you. All you have to do is put it on. So what I like to do in particular is I will spray my hair until it's damp, and then I will put this on like really specifically with gloves as if I was doing a full hair dye, and let it sit for 20 minutes and then get in my shower and do my full routine. And it works really well as a touch up in between my hair visits. If you just use this in the shower as a conditioner and leave it on for a couple minutes, I really don't think it does that much for you. I don't think any gloss will do that much for you if you only have it on for a few minutes. You really do need a color product to stay on the hair for at least 10 to 15 minutes. It makes your hair super soft afterwards, but honestly, that's not why I use it. I use it specifically because this color works so well for me. So they have a lot of options if you can find one that works for you at home, and it does eventually wash out because it's only semi-permanent, but it helps get me from one appointment to the next. All of this stuff is disgustingly covered in oil, so that's kind of fun. Which, speaking of matching hair colors, one thing that I have changed in my routine over the past year is using a brow pen or pencil that is actually really dark brown / black. So my natural hair color is a mid-toned brown, but my eyebrows are pitch black always have been since I was a child. I was born with pitch black hair and they never lightened up. And I used to use, like back in the day, if you look at some of my older videos, I used to use an orange or a auburn shaded eyebrow pencil so that it would match my hair. But it was so obvious that it didn't match because my hair on my eyebrows was black. And then I just had this like orange sort of shadow underneath. So I started following this girl called The Brow Expert. I will link her down below. She's absolutely amazing. She's in Canada, but she has like the best tips for brow products and for brow application and all of that. She was the first person I saw who was like, use the shade of your eyebrow hair as your pen and it will look way more natural. And she was right. So I started using the Nano Brow from Kosas in dark brown. I actually think that black brown is a better choice for me now. And I also would just have the straight up black shade up here. But this is definitely my favorite brow pencil of the year so far. I really, really love how thin it is. And dark brown worked, but I think black brown is actually even better. And I don't know that I have anything in my brows right now. My brows are in a funky way because I over laminated them and they got really, really soft. And so when the new hair started coming in and they were coarse again, it was like a really coarse hair that was coming in and then really soft wavy hair on top. Like that is what is happening to my brows. Like the root is like coarse, so it's like sticking straight out, and then the end is like, what's up? And it's so hard to manage. Oh my God. So, you know, I have to be careful next time. But basically I have to fully laminate them down to my head because they just don't know what they're doing right now. Point being, we're figuring things out with the brows. It's always a work in progress, always. Then two random products that I went through. I used up the Touchland Power Mist hand sanitizer. I freaking love these. This one is in aloe. I love them. There's like a little bit left in here. This is just the cutest little thing ever and I love them and I have so many of them and I have them in my purses and this one smells really good. So highly recommend. I also used up the Nail Bond Super Strong Ultimate Quick Fix water resistant nail glue. I got this on Amazon. It's literally just it's totally stuck together at this point. It's a brush on nail glue and I really like and prefer a brush on glue over a like squeezy glue, which is what typically comes with press-on nails. So I am a press-on person. I need to put on a little bit of oil before I show you these. I have on this new set from Quickies that is really pretty and it's in a brand new shape that they just released, which is Squoval, I think is what they're called, but they're really just like a square. But anyways, I started using the static nail glue, the brush on glue, and it's just as good as this one, if not better. So I think it's just a matter of like, okay, the brand is good. Having a brush is just so much easier to manage than the squeezy tube, because with the squeezy tube you end up getting too much. So if you are starting your press on nail journey, I highly recommend you invest in a brush on glue. It's crazy to think that these videos in the future, like very soon, will probably include baby products. Oh, crazy. Like I'll do an empties of my diapers that I had to wear during postpartum. But thank you so much for being here. Let me know in the comments some of the empties that you went through during summer. I cannot wait for fall, you guys. One, because I'm having a baby, but two, because I am so fucking sick of this weather and I just can't wait to have my windows open and my doors open and enjoy the breeze. Enjoy being outside. So anyways, love you. Hope you're having an amazing summer. Hope you're staying cool, and I will see you in the next one really soon. Bye! Oh, before I go, I forgot to include Reed's Corner. Here is just a quick minute or two from the man of the hour, Mr. Reed Berry. Take it away. Thanks, honey. Love ya.
Hello and welcome to Reed's Corner, where we review things that Reed had in his corner. Things that are now empty. This is August.
They're from July.
These are from July. These are my July empties. Thank you. This is my Paula's Choice Daily Moisturizer and SPF. There it is. Very nice. It is very lightweight, has a slight green cast, which is good for a red guy like me. It's SPF 30. Put it on every day. I keep a tube of this also in my golf bag so I can re-up whilst golfing. I have tried some of these other ones that get all messed up in my beard. This one just rubs right in. If it gets into my beard, it comes out more easily than some other mineral sunscreens I've tried.
Yes, and it's mineral.
This is my prequel Redness Reform Healing Serum, Soothing Serum. This feels amazing, and maybe it worked. I don't know. Actually, now that I've stopped using it, I do feel like I'm kind of red and splotchy. So maybe I need another little tube. I like that it's aluminum. I don't know what it's made out of, but it feels sturdy and luxurious, and I like it. Would recommend. A classic Summer Fridays Cloud Dew. This is lovely for summer moisture. It is hydrating without being too thick. I don't feel
Greasy.
too greased up when I've got it on. What do I do with my hands? Great evening moisture.
How many do you think you've used?
In my life? I don't know, maybe 4? It's one of my faves.
Oh my god, Reed, it's gonna be out of focus that close.
Oh. These are body butters. Here's one from Naturium. Here's another one from Josie Marin. There,
my God.
that time it focused. What about this one? Oh, too close. Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Butter. Very nice.
So what did you use these for?
These were on my dear wife's legs and pregnant belly. Once a week on Wednesdays, when she turns to the next week of being pregnant, she gets her legs lotioned. I don't know. These are the rules. I didn't make them. This really rubbed in easily. It was super light, but her legs did get itchy in the night, and she started to scrape them and scratch them like she does.
I need a thicker lotion.
This was probably one level of viscosity thicker than the Naturium, rubbed in relatively easily, didn't take too much work. There was one that we tried that was concrete. It would
The
not
Josie
rub in.
Marin Intensive Repair Body Butter Eczema style.
Since discontinued. Sad for my wife, great for me, because that stuff did not want to rub in.
Now we're on CeraVe Moisturizing
And it
Cream,
comes with a
baby.
tub with a pump, which I love. I hated having to dig my paws into these.
He loved it.
Hated it.
And
Thanks for coming to Reed's Corner.